Hi, hello everybody. This is First Lieutenant Sigmar, and I have a special opportunity today to commentate for the Southern Aggression event due to the absence of Kotal. So I'm taking it under my wing to do the commentation for tonight. Big event, a lot bigger than I'm used to, but it should be a fun time. We'll have to look at what both teams are doing. Tonight's first round, it's going to be on Nicodemus Hill. Now, just to get preface this map is usually a pretty big grinder for Union, so we'll have to see what both teams do. I did see the Union strat sketch. Normally, this is when I'd overlay both team strat sketches, but I do not have access to the CSA strat sketch. But we'll just go right into it. Real quick, before everyone starts moving out, we'll go into roll call, and we'll start over here with the CSA side. For HD, they got Mr. Egg Knockers leading. For HL, they've got Cadet Cole. For First GA in Alabama, they've got Captain Diefendorf. KB, it's going to be led by Hook. And another detachment KB, Lieutenant Colonel Dixon. I believe that's all we got for the CSA team. SR is being led by Chief. I did forget him. They're going to be on Artie tonight. They got a lot of dudes on Artie. I want to see some damage done, fellas. All right, let's go over to Union real quick. We'll start off with their battery. Union battery is going to be led by Captain Markham of the 4th U.S. BAT. These guys, I expect they should be doing pretty good tonight. I believe they are their entire job is just to do artillery. Like, that's what they do. So again, two very competent cannon crews. But over here, we've got Sergeant Cornbread leading the 19th Indiana. We've got leading 9 Corps. We got Captain Nolan. For IVB, we got Complex. Captain Joker again of 19th Indiana. Lightburn for this first round is going to be leading the 4th West Virginia. PB, Lakota Wolf. And I do believe that's going to be everyone on the Union team. Alright, so obviously, right off the bat, Union team's going to go far right. CSA's kind of expected this. They've pulled most of their team over here. It's very good anticipation. I don't think this first engagement is going to go that well for Union. They're probably going to charge in and try to take some ground. CSA was probably definitely expecting that. As you can see, they've got a very minimal amount of people. This is probably perhaps their cav regiment? Perhaps not. Yeah, it looks like this is the cavalry. And generally, cavalry will stay right here with pistols. But just as planned, they're getting stuck in. They're going to go in for the engagement. These guys over here led by Bades. I forgot him in the roll call. But CQB is going to be Bades. He's taking his guys straight up to the wall. He's going in for the opportunity. These guys are rotating down. Now, Union team looks like they're trying to push the CSA line. And they've got a very strong line here. This is going to be an all or nothing play. Doesn't look like it's going favorable for the Union. I'd expect to take a lot of ticket losses from this. Here comes the other detachment of CSA coming in from the side. This should be probably a full wipe on the Union side. But again, the ticket differences and all that, they probably don't particularly care. But losing those flags, you see that flag going in right there? That is a little risky. Now they're trying to get them up. That's good. Actually, they're kind of winning. It's kind of 50-50 right now. USA has a little bit of a disadvantage, but these guys over here on the rocks, who's this? This is going to be Lakota Wolf. I would personally probably send these guys over in the right side. CSA's committed their entire team to the right. If you're not going left, you need to be here in the fight. Big on the rocks, I don't quite know what you're shooting at except for here. Was that a friendly fire cannon shot? Not quite sure. Yeah, USA's probably going to get wiped out here. Let's see if they can fall back with their flags in time. I'm actually kind of surprised that Union is not being wiped even harder than they are right now. They should be completely routed. These guys should be dead by now. CSA is going to go for the charge out. There's literally one guy left. Yeah, you don't need to charge anymore. They probably don't know that. They may be trying to take a forward position, which is fine. But as you can see on the tickets, even though CSA played that perfectly, they still came out a little bloodied. USA, of course, is behind a little bit more, but they frankly don't care.
Let's go, break your loose.
Real quick, boys, real quick, full kits. Full kits, quick, real quick, guys.
Real quick, we're going to have to see what Bades is doing. There's still a couple USA guys over here on this farmhouse. Is this Bades? I think Bades moved his guys up. I personally maybe would have just kept the top of the hill. Let's do a double take real quick. So a couple guys from IB are still on top of the hill. They're not really doing too much. They should probably be up here shooting, make their presence known. CQB is getting charged out by the CSA team. Again, with only like 7 or 8 guys right here, yeah, that's naturally going to happen. I probably would have stayed on top of the hill. But they did manage to shift the CSA off. The big problem on this map, in my personal opinion, is just how easy it is for CSA to rotate between the two sides. They've got solid cover the entire time. So if they see their entire team's going right, which they probably already spotted, let's see who's leading this detachment. Egg Knockers is going to come up here. He's going to have a hard time of it. Union did get stuck in a little bit. They're going to have cover already. Now, I do believe this is the cavalry regiment, so they should have revolvers. Theoretically, they should be able to wipe out the Union here, especially if they're ready to fire on the Sharps. We'll come back to that fight in a bit. Good cannon shots by CSR Yardy. Another detachment. I imagine they're just coming here to recover the flags. Good job, Union. Probably not going to be able to get this one. That one's a little too close. Got to get that one up and out, though. CSA is doing a nice little side charge here to try to rout them. So far, pretty impressive. The CSA team, they're playing this map very well, but again, this is a CSA-orientated map to begin with. This firefight's continuing. CSA still has a lot of their numbers. Their cavalry guys are still up. If I was Union here, I'd maybe try to take some drastic measure and perhaps charge them out, make them lose that disadvantage of fire rate. You will take some ticket losses, and they don't have flags, so that's a problem, but sitting here and shooting it out, eventually these guys are going to rotate out if they know what's what. Yeah, I would probably try to get rid of these guys as quick as you can if you're Union.
That is probably true.
That's the same. Oh, no, it is true.
Ooh, that was a nice shot there from Artie. So far, again, I haven't seen much of Union Artie yet, but I'm not looking. I hope they're not just trying to counter battery. If I was Union, I'd be focused on meat shots this entire time. Going for counter battery is more difficult for you than it is for them. They have the hill, they got a straight angle. Now, I would think this positioning, I'd say this positioning is probably a little bit disadvantageous for the Union. The CSA's got the defilade right there. They're not even going to see these guys coming up the hill. They're going to get taken by surprise. Now there's 2-3 companies here. Looks like CSA is going in for a charge. I suppose it could be effective. If they actually win the charge, that's good. If they lose the charge, that's really bad for CSA. That's really big risk. At this point, I would probably pull my guys out. Nice shot by Union Artie. They're taking tickets, the CSA is, but they're losing them as well. Look at the tickets right now. With only 35 minutes on the clock, the pace of the match has been set. Dixon's coming in for a... We'll have to see what Dixon does. He might go up and over and go in. I would hope he doesn't hold his guys here on the corner because they're not being all too effective. Excellent shot by Union Artillery. Like I said, those guys are very competent. That's their entire role, is to do arty. So if there's anyone you can trust to get good shots, it's going to be them. Dixon's moving his guys up. That's good to see. CSA, little light over here. I'd say they kind of lost that battle just in terms of tickets. I personally, again, my entire role during these kind of commentaries is to be an armchair general. I would maybe pull my guys out, go a little further back, force the Union to come to you, give up that position. That's a very strong position for Union to keep holding. And you're probably not going to take it at the moment. Well, nice little broadside battle. Let's see what these guys are looking at. USS is doing a little defilade fire. Now, CSA does have all 3 flags here. They'll get real quick respawns. But that is also putting the flags at risk. Like I said, I would probably just for the sake of tickets and time, maybe get a little further back. They have so many guys on artillery. Let's see like a freaking actual count. They've got 13 people on artillery. Union's got 6. 13 people not in the main line is a little bit sketchy. Real quick, let's see if they can't even if I was CSA battery, I'd maybe trying to hit that wall over there. One thing that's kind of surprising about both teams right now is they're both just staying here and shooting it out. They got a little flank over here. Let's see who that is. It's going to be Diefendorf. He's trying to do a little side flank. Pretty risky, I'd say, just because he's going to be able to... He's drawing attention away. That's good. See, these guys are focused. I think the CSA, like I said, either needs to fall back or they need a full charge and win the full charge. But that's easier said than done. Same thing for the Union. If I was the Union, I would just be trying to just take as many tickets as possible right now. Try to get those flags. That's a juicy target right there for Union artillery. Although they are only on the right battery. Yeah, they should be able to get some really good shots. Like Cat right here, this should be a money shot coming up. These guys over here in the field, Dakota Wolf, I don't know if I really would keep my guys out here. You got to think of combat effectiveness, how much you're making an impact on the match. These guys out over there, probably not doing too much. I'll have to warn this guy if he's shooting. Same thing with these CSA guys over here. They're keeping them in check, sure, but the battle is right there. That's where the battle is going to be fought and won. Don't you do it, Boyd. Don't you do it. Good man. Perhaps. Let's see. So it looks like CSA is pushed up a little closer. This is pretty disadvantageous for the CSA. They're losing a lot of tickets. If they get those flags down, that is going to be crippling for the CSA team. Yeah, you want to just take them all out. Look at the difference, ticket difference. Again, Union ahead by a lot. They're ahead on time. They can afford to do kind of whatever they want. Boyd, please get back to team. Again, these guys, these KB guys over here under Hook, not necessarily bad to be here, but it's just kind of awkward, these two facing each other. Like, they don't really have cover. They've got the cover and the foliage a little bit. They're keeping each other in check, but not a whole lot of lasting effect here. Yeah, Union can't chase these guys. Again, they can kind of afford to be here. This is not necessarily bad.
We let him right into our trap.
At the top.
Got them right where we want them.
You're really not going to be taking a lot of tickets there. CSA team's coming back. So how many flags did they lose? They lost 2 of their flags. That's going to be a big deal. Like, there's so many guys on CSA artillery. I think it's a little bit excessive. They're getting good shots, but with this many guys in artillery, I want to be hearing bang, 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 like every minute 30. I want to hear maximum rate of fire. If you've got like 2-3 guys per gun, you should be fucking putting on the hurt.
Good thing we moved.
Yep, CSA is doing what I probably would have done earlier. They're shifting back into the houses area. Makes them a little bit more vulnerable to artillery, sure, but it keeps them safer, it gives them distance. Union's going to have to make a choice of either staying on the hill and trying to get kind of ineffective fire on them, or if they want to push down, and that'll open them up. Now, I think these guys right here now, this is good now. Because you see here, they're keeping the entire CSA team in check. Lakota is losing a lot of guys, but he doesn't care. They're on attack. Some of them may die, and that's a risk he's willing to take. Looks like a cannon was trying to hit him. Again, this is a pretty good spot to hit his artillery.
Get back, get back.
Fall back! Fall back!
Hold fire. Recall, recall.
Back right into it. Up and
Alright,
over.
get your loads. Checks when you're
Up and over.
I would be concerned for these guys over here.
Let's go, Clayton. Follow me.
They're going to be a little vulnerable. If these guys, I don't believe they can get all the way out here, but even still, I mean, these guys are practically going to be in skirmishing the entire time. That's going to be good for tickets.
a little bit there, buddy. If you'll come.
I do like the spread here from CSA.
Boys.
Again, both cannon crews tonight, like I said, I'm not quite paying attention to them, but neither of them are really up in the tempo. This is the one map, especially on CSA, this is like the map for CSA artillery. I do believe Knight specifically wanted to do this map just for the opportunity for both teams to have artillery, since it's such a good map for it. The shots they are getting off are accurate, though, for the most part.
Checks when ready. Yeah, I see him.
Man, we got about 10 guys coming down the snake rail. I didn't want to waste my shot. I don't see.
Yep, here's the flanking force back over here in the forest. Again, they might distract a little bit. They might get a couple tickets, but they're really not going to do any lasting damage to them. With these guys shifting down, though, unless this is forcing your team to come down with you, practically. Now, they can hold here and fight.
Fill that out.
Open the door, boys. We're in artillery prime range, boys.
CSA has to deal with these guys quick. They can't afford to keep them there. If I was CSA, I would do everything in my power to wipe this company out as quickly as possible. And it does look like that's what HL is doing.
Run their face, boys.
Again, prime targets for artillery. They're trying counter battery. I'm one of the, I'm supposedly in charge of artillery for the 4th West Virginia, practically in name only. But I wouldn't focus on counter battery, especially on this map. Look at the opportunity you have to get some kills. Counter battery, they can counter battery you, especially because they got 13 guys. But
Break your loads, Hampton.
Break your loads. Right face.
good job, Boyd. You're a hero.
Amps.
These guys, 2nd USS, they're going in. Again, they wiped out that United. They wiped that Federal unit, which is good. That's what you want to see CSA do. 2nd USS coming back in. I think they're going to be trying to do the same thing. They probably won't get the same amount of attention. But again, tempo's been set. They just got to keep it up. Union's in a very strong position right now.
I love you too.
If I was a betting man, I'd put it all on Union. This is potentially a chance for some nice little canister shot. I wouldn't use solid shot against those guys on the hill. Ooh, nice Union artillery shot. Like I said, both sides are very accurate. They're getting a lot of tickets. Being on this rock here does open you up for Union artillery, so we'll have to see if they exploit that. A lot of guys behind this house, it's pretty default. CQB is coming up to reinforce USS. It does look like the majority of the Union team is now going in for the attack. I don't know if they're going in for the point capture, the early capture here, or if they're just going in to go in. I see in chat they do not want an early cap. They're just trying to milk it. HL again, immediately responding to this push down the road. That's what you want to see happen. These guys up here on the rocks, while they are going to be still shooting them, these guys have a free reign to practically come down over here. The only thing stopping them is HL, and they've been very responsive to that. What the hell is going on up over here? Looks like maybe a little attack from USA on the CSA artillery. Yeah. Who was that? Probably wouldn't have done that, but that is okay. Now, IVB and I think the 4th West Virginia. No, it looks like it's just IVB holding the hill now. 4th West Virginia's come down to the road to help the fight.
Hey, they're pushing up. Let them have it. Get tickets back.
Yeah, they're not going to take point from you. You can't rely on that. If they take point, they'd have to be so incompetent, which, I mean, is possible, I suppose. But not anyone in this event is really that incompetent.
Point, considering points going down.
They're not going to take point. You do have an opportunity to get a lot of kills here if Artie, though.
Hey, are we on point?
East. Northeast, east, going into the orchard is enemy.
Big CSA concentration up here on the fence. I would expect that what's going to happen is IVB is going to stay here to screen. That's going to stop these guys from going in. These guys are probably going to go down the road. They're going to commit to an attack. If I was Union, I would get into the houses right now. I'd keep IVB here just to screen to make sure that these guys don't come in behind you and retake this position, but you only really need one company here as a distraction.
No.
Like I said, if I was Union, I would I'd try to take this area. You're on cap. You don't want to be on cap. I would take them. Again, they're so far ahead at this point that I would just put the pedal to the metal and keep attacking until they get into braking. These PB guys are still out here doing a little skirmishing. I would like to maybe see them get a little bit closer to the fight. Union, you're killing me. I just said you guys, come on guys. This is a repeat of last week. Come on. That is a little bit of a head scratcher. That does disappoint me quite a bit, I do say. I'm not quite sure what... it was definitely an accident. It wasn't planned. But by doing that, that's giving the CSA team... Again, the CSA team is probably not going to win. But it's going to make the match closer than it has to be. CSA is going in for a countercharge. They want to take point back immediately. Again, it makes sense for them to do so. They don't care about their tickets right now. They just got to kamikaze and get point. But if they lose, they get wiped here. Again, maybe taking point works out in the end. If this Union can take point and hold it for 6 minutes, which isn't completely out of the realm of possibilities, then something good will happen. But there's a large CSA concentration here. Again, I don't think there's enough Union here to really contest this fully at the moment. They are shifting down the road. That's good. That looks like the CSA is getting a little boxed in, though. They're all right here and a little over here. You see this big old train coming in? Yeah, that's not good. These CSA guys are charging out these guys over here on the rocks. Again, it's one of those types of things where if it's successful, that's good. But if I was him, I probably would have just went and tried to help these guys over here. Even best case scenario, they take them out. What are you gonna do from there, you know? But again, I'm an armchair general. Union's being very aggressive, which honestly, they should be. They get those 2 flags down. Again, CSA main is like right there, so it's not a big problem, but it's still gonna hurt their chances of retaking point. They can charge. I mean, they can overcommit. CSA is trying to take this hill. Again, IVB and probably 19th Indiana. Looks like it's a mix. It's mostly 19th Indiana. Good job, Cornbread, keeping your guys up here. You're doing a good job screening. Probably will lose this charge. If I was CSA, I would charge them out. Again, you're fighting a company that is far lesser than you. Laws of statistics dictate that you should be able to win this battle fairly clean, and you don't care about tickets.
No, a lot of them are going to stand up.
Union is being a little aggressive now. I probably wouldn't hold it here for too long. They are falling back, thankfully. The only reason I say that is because if CSA retakes his position, it's going to be a shootout. But again, I actually think that perhaps this the large amount of CSA artillery tonight might be hurting them. It's kind of hard to tell what the impact of those 13 guys would be in the fight, but
Come here.
I'm not sure that the CSA artillery is doing enough damage to really pay for their tickets, as it were. Looks like they will wipe out the Union regiment that was holding here. They'll wipe out 19th Indiana, but the rest of the Union team's shifting in. This will be an opportunity to try to recap point. But since the entire CSA team is practically committed to this attack, I actually don't like their chances here. Again, there's 3 minutes left on the clock. If they get wiped, I'd say one time. They have 1-2 pushes maximum to make the retake point. Does look like they're doing a good job of doing a little feigning attack, but these guys out here, plus these guys, plus whoever's left over here, they're going to give them a hard time. There's not too many CSA guys. I wouldn't count on these guys actually taking back point, unless these guys completely forget them. Nope, yep. If they smell blood, going in for the kill. CQB is going to try to wipe out what's left of AB over here. They're doing a good job of it. Like I said, yeah, these guys over here on the stone wall, they're not going to do anything. It was a good idea. You know, you want to get the pressure off. They retook the hill. But the status quo of the match right now, CSA is forced to retake point. Taking this hill, honestly, in my opinion, probably does not help you retake point. If I was CSA, I'd probably try to do another full command on the left side. It's just better that way. If I was Union, I'd take up default over there. Being in the road's a little corridor, you know, you're just getting shot up. CSA did do a good job, though, of taking that hill, I will say. Their entire team is up there. Now they're going to send it in. This could probably be the fight that decides this match. Let's see who wins this. Right now, I'd probably put my odds on CSA winning this fight, but the Union has been taking 2 for every 1 so far. They're stalling out. See, this is the thing. If you charge, you gotta charge. Don't do that. Just get in the fight. Now, the fight's coming to you, sure, so it's fine now. Good shots by Artie. But they had so much momentum here that they could have just full sent in, wiped out everyone here on Union, probably. Yeah, I don't think USA is going to hold this. Yeah, if I was Union in this position, I probably would just hold my guys back. They're going in piecemeal. The chances of them actually being able to hold or retake this area now that they've lost their flags and they lost the cover is, I'd say, minimal. At this point, you want to be doing damage control as Union. I'd be fully regrouping up. I'd be ready for the next thing. Because like I said, the chances of them actually winning this retake, they're just losing tickets. Like I said, this is just making the match a lot closer than it has to be. I think had USA not capped, the game would probably be over by now. But I do apologize. I have to step away from my computer for just a couple seconds. So I'll go in the sky and you can get a little overview and I will be right back. Alright, Daddy's home. Let's see what's changed in the match. Looks like nothing's really changed in the last 2 minutes. CSA has done a good job retaking the hill. Again, they're back to status quo. They are about to be back into breaking, so that's potentially a threat. USA is also about to be in breaking. They probably don't care too much. They're not stressed about it. One flag is down straight on point. That's going to be a slight concern. Like I said earlier, them taking point just really makes us closer than it has to be. Getting all those tickets back, real big advantage for the CSA. I assume this is Lakota again. Lakota seems to be doing what the 4th West Virginia used to do and just kind of go out, screen, kind of try to keep people preoccupied. The CSA has given up this entire position so Lakota can go in pretty far and perhaps even harass the artillery. He probably doesn't know that because he's not in the sky, but if I was him, I would just go all the way up there and kill him. It's a lot of tickets. He can probably get him into breaking by himself if he does a good job at taking that RT hill. Union team is shifting to their right side. That should make the CSAs go a little, oh shit. They're all going over there. Who's out here in the forest? CQB and USS. Those two are working together with a little bit of IB as well. I do like it. Second CSA is forced to shift off. These guys are probably going to go take the hill. Back in the status quo, back in the default. Diefendorf is doing a little immediate reaction to go try to stymie the flow of the Union team.
Unit moving across point, boys, to the southwest.
I think the CSA team maybe is a little slow on the reaction. Again, the thing about most of these maps in this game is sightlines, right? You can see everything. If you know they're not in the forest, where else are they gonna go, right? Getting here, rotating as CSA quickly like they did that one time is key. If they get here late, looks like they're getting here at the same time, so their odds should be about even. But if they keep trying to go and reposition, they're gonna shoot a little bit on them. We'll see what happens. These guys over here in the Orchid are doing fine. The entire CSA team is shifting off the hill. Yeah, it's probably appropriate response, even if it does open up your flank. If these guys come in for a rear flank, probably a little effective. It'd probably be a good job. I do suspect CSA, regardless of what's going to happen, is going to go into breaking. Once they go in breaking, that's going to completely shift the dynamic of the match. They're going to be playing very cautiously. They know if they get wiped one time, that's GG. If these guys get wiped out, oh, this is bad. If these guys get full wiped out, CSA has a real problem here. These guys need to go to point. I don't care that you're fighting. These guys are useless right now. I would say these HD guys, you have to get to a point right now. It is potentially the end of the match right now. Luckily, they're shifting off. But them not being in the fight, nothing against them for not being there, because again, they're trying to do their own thing. But I think this might be GG. I don't really see a way that CSA is going to be able to organize and mount a successful counterattack in the next, I don't know, 2 minutes. Union probably wants to just go in, take these guys out. Ryan Gosling is over here stabbing people on the line. He's falling back. He's getting chased. A level 7 versus a level 7 card got him. These guys have managed to do a good job at keeping their numbers. Now again, these are the guys who shifted down, so they're going to be a little bit more intact. But you see all this Union? These guys right here, same thing like with the other CSA regiment. I get your guys off the rocks, I get them in the fight. Being there on the rocks right now really serves no purpose. It sounds negative to say it that way, but you're really not doing too much out there. This is all or nothing charge. Ooh, that's cannon shot. That cannon shot might be solely responsible for the CSA actually defending this. It's a lot of CSA coming and not a lot of Union. Good job by the CSA team. However, 15 minutes left on the clock. 15 minutes left on the clock, and I suspect CSA probably will go into last stand at some point. That would be my win condition as Union right now. I'd just be trying to take the tickets. I'd spend 5 minutes seeing if I can take them tickets. And if you can't take them tickets after 5 minutes, that's when you start having to be like, oh, okay, now we have to go on. Again, all these guys on artillery, man. There's a lot of dudes on artillery. Good job by CSA retaking. They managed to recover that. It wasn't going so well for them, but with those guys coming down the road in time, they were able to reinforce. That new rule is, per server rules, per event rules, now you can use text chat to communicate with other units and companies. That should make it a little bit easier for both teams to communicate with each other and let them know what's going on. Now, if they do not use text chat to communicate with each other, it'll be a little awkward, but CSA is shifting up the hill. Again, you know, CSA, they can really easily rotate down and up, sure. But it's a tough call. It is a tough call. I would maybe keep my guys in this area, especially around here. Union is, you know, about halfway to breaking. They'll get put in the final push theoretically, but it's going to be a while.
Somebody get some class on that. I don't think everybody's. Not everybody's here.
Little awkward of a cannon shot, but that's all right. These guys over here are just being ready for whatever comes. Knight, the brave man he is, you always see Knight doing this. He goes really far forward and he scouts out with his binos. He's probably not seeing a whole lot. If I was smart, if a Knight's a smart guy, he probably knows that they're all behind the house. Again, if you don't see them all the way over here, where could they be? I wonder. If you're out here fighting, I got a question of why. I will have to warn you, good sir. Yeah, let's see if he shoots. Come on, shoot. Do it. Do it. You know you want to do it. Come on, do it. Fucking do it. What are you even shooting at? That's like a 400-yard shot. Let's see if he gets a kill with it. I mean, if he gets a kill, I won't warn him. He did not get a kill. If he stays and reloads, I'm going to warn him. Yeah. We'll just go bird's eye for a little bit here. There's really not too much action going on with the Union flag down. Not sure what's going on over here. Who's this led by? Let's see. I suspect they're just trying to recover flags. Yep. Probably for the best. They probably will be able to get their flags out. I maybe would have just ditched them. They're probably only 2 minutes left on despawn timer. This guy's got to go pick up flag. If you get out then, yeah, that's a reset flag timer. They did get that one out. Fantastic. Let's see if they can get that one out. Union. It's out here skirmishing in the forest. Again, I said I'd take 5 minutes to try to take tickets. They have not taken any tickets in the last 5 minutes for the most part. If I was Union, I'd be putting on the pressure. There's a slight chance here that they're going to have to all or nothing it to get the point and win by that. I would not want to do that as my win condition. My win condition at that moment would be get them in the last stand and finish them off.
Why ain't we shooting? At least independent.
System left, Let's go, boys.
Perhaps maybe a little too soon. We'll have to see what the Union team does to coordinate, but right now they are heavily outnumbered. If the CSA takes a direct and immediate approach to this to get these guys out of here, again, they should. Union, actually, I'm all for this, you know? I forget it. This is an all or nothing from Union. They still got 10 minutes. If they're successful, they'll give them the breaking. They might get point. If they're not successful, they still took more tickets than they would have regardless. But you see how many, it's not looking good for them just in terms of surviving this. They are going down with the ship. I'd probably get the flags out. If these guys up here, they need to start going in right now. They're getting shot up a little bit. They're losing a lot of guys. I'd get the flags out, like I said. It's real risky. You're just risking it. Just a ballpark estimate, my bullshit math, I expect that CSA probably has around 30 to 40 inline tickets left. So it will take Union quite a bit of time to get them, but any kill that they get out of line, like these guys get shot down. That's such a big fucking kick in the balls. That's a kick in the balls. You just got hoofed in the balls by military boots. Dying out there out of line right now is literally costing your team the game. So whenever you're doing these type of events, just in general in this game, you always want to be in formation. Everyone who's watching this video already knows that, because you know everyone who plays this game knows that. But CSA's in last stand. It's over. Well, theoretically not, because the Union is about to be put into breaking. But every kill CSA takes right now ain't good. Even if they get put in final push, they'll probably have around 3 minutes 30 for final push. Union will. With 13 guys, potentially even more being on artillery, they're practically going to be useless once the infantry's dead.
Brace west! Brace west!
Hey, west.
Union is about to be put in the final push, so it is still theoretically winnable for CSA here.
Alright, we're good. Regroup.
Get that flag.
Get this flag up.
2 minutes. 2 minutes to take point. Very winnable by CSA. The slow and painful shootout, Joker says. That's probably an earlier message. I just got this out to it, but at this point, man, you kind of want a full send as Union. I'm taking that point, man. I'm taking that point. They're going in for the kill. This could be it. Let's see how effective they are. Lightburn and the rest of the team, they need to go in. They need to go in. They're not really having the effect on target. That was a nice canister shot. They're not having the effect on target here I maybe would have liked to see. These guys should be... This is dicey. Again, they're overwhelmed. They got them. That's good. That's about a quarter of the CSA team gone. They need to take this quarter. They take this quarter out, they're probably in business, but with them still there, they're going to be shooting reinforcements. Joker says he was not recommending Pickett's charge. Blasphemy. Pickett's charge is the most successful counterattack in Confederate history. Union so far is they're slugging through some mud a little bit, but they're not doing too bad. They're certainly not going to beat these guys, but yeah, that's nice. That's nice. I think Union still has a chance to win this. I think CSA is slipping a little bit. Once these guys get wiped out, it's GG, and this will be a very close match if that does happen. And that's what you like to see. You don't like to see a stomp on one side or another. Now, while USA did kind of give it up a little tiny bit, they're still able to retake it again. Let's just, I'll shut up and we'll see what happens. Nah, Yeah, probably they are taking point, so they'll go OT. Yep, that's it. So, very competitive match, very good showing from both sides. Union team did slip up a little bit by taking point early, but I'd say the performance from both teams was pretty good. Artillery tonight, a lot of people in artillery, but very good effective shots. But we'll go into the after the map action and we'll go on to the second round.